Hey everybody, freaking welcome back to John Wayne Airport on Pilot Edge. I'm Bill. It's been a while since I have fired up the simulator, and there's a lot of new stuff that Microsoft Flight Simulator has added since the last time that I was really flying. White Lake, perfectly timed, 44 months. White Lake, cheers, sir. That's a lot of months, man. That is a lot of months. So I have been flying, luckily, somehow been able to fly more than I have really ever in the last couple of months. Work has been crazy, but I've been able to fit in some flights, and one of the most frequent places that we go is Montgomery Field in San Diego. And there is a lovely gentleman called V. Basilio. Hopefully I said that right, and it's not a Spanish pronunciation of that. But he has done a really great Montgomery Field and Gillespie Field scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And since this is my probably most frequented airport, I wanted to give this scenery a shot and do an actual flight that I'm used to doing from John Wayne. It's a very simple flight, which is why we do this flight. And on top of it being an easy flight, it is a great airport to land at, because the restaurant is really good and it's really easy to park, walk into the restaurant. We've been there so often that, I mean, this is the power of aviation, general aviation in particular. There are waiters at a restaurant in another city that know us because we can go there so often, and it would be a 2.5, 3 hour drive, on some of the times that we will go, Friday evening, Saturday afternoon. So this airport scenery, being a Freeware and fixing some of the issues that were there in the default scenery, I think will make it a really fun place to go check out in the sim. We're of course on Pilot Edge. We got our VFR clearance, which is always a fun part of leaving John Wayne. And a fun little aside about how I depart John Wayne. In the sim, I write it down, and in the plane, I don't ever write it down. I don't know why. Like it's I have certain things in the plane that I use to remind me of whatever. I mean, it's the same departure every time. The same 4 departures, but I tend to write it down in the sim, using ForeFlight, the notes here. I don't ever do that in the real plane, but it's easy enough to do and just write all that stuff down. So we're gonna get the taxi lights, we're gonna get the nav lights on, and we're gonna get ready to taxi here. And luckily published, John Wayne has moved to 1 ground frequency. I don't have chat, but it's also much easier to dial in the transponder when that's given to me than it is in the plane, and in the radio as well. Like, I dial in the departure frequency and the transponder as it's being read to me, and like it's super easy from there. But yeah, you're right. The chat and the fact that I can't like quickly dynamically input those things definitely does suck. I remember the stream when the night before you plan to go there, a plane got canceled. Yeah, that does suck. John Wayne Ground, Cherokee 83364, information uniform, J's taxi to tower run up.
83364, John Wayne Ground, Roger, squawk mode C, taxi, tower run up by Bravo.
Tower run up via Bravo, Cherokee 83364. Yeah, there's not really a good, safe way to do that, unfortunately, Shaq. It would be kind of cool, but there's not a real technological way to do that. like you could do all the ground stuff and then, you know, take off, you know, and it'll just cut out when it cuts out. But I don't, the thing is, I don't know. I mean, I do get the sentiment that being live is different than recorded, but you know, you can't safely respond to the live nature of it. So I don't know what real addition that would bring, I guess. So Cole?
7 Romeo Juliet, Roger, Squawk 5735.
5735, 77 Romeo Juliet.
The X3D, the 7000 X3D will definitely be really cool, but the I don't know, man. Intel doesn't look terrible, honestly. All right, I am going to continue the tradition of flight simulator run-ups. AMD, market share or not, they put the pressure on from a technological standpoint, I think, which is equally as important to innovation. What's up, Snow Leopard? Let's go idle there. And despite all the flight sim updates, you still have that.
3015, 77 Romeo Juliet.
Griller, I was thinking about that yesterday, and let's do that. Let's talk about that this weekend. Let's talk about it this weekend. In the Discord, which is a great time to plug the Discord. So let's talk about the fly-in this weekend. We'll have some downtime, and let's get something scheduled. Might not be as involved and big as last year, but let's come up with something. And it might also have to be on a Sunday, which may or may not be a bad thing. But let's try to do that. Jumping ground, Cherokee 83364, continue.
83364. Jumping ground.
Jumping ground, Cherokee 83364, continue.
83364, Roger, 20 right, taxi, Bravo Kilo.
Bravo Kilo 20 right, Cherokee 83364.
If continue got cut off if you said it the first time.
Oh, my bad, sorry.
All good.
My trigger finger is a little rusty.
Ah, yes, it's been a while.
I will make a meetup. Yeah, that would be awesome. As long as it's in early to mid-December, I'm good. Late December gets a little close. Grand Tackle Basics. Yeah, I think it would be like mid-December. Yeah. No, that's not shade at all. That is straight up accurate. Yeah. It has been a while. Man, I like going back to the real world flying stuff. It's been so pretty lately. I posted a little Instagram thing with some of the sunsets that we've had in the last couple of months. My God, it's so good. Yeah, so Brad, like that's the hope that Brad is going to be in initial for a new type rating, and it's Monday through Saturday, so Sundays are his only days off. So it'll be a Sunday. What time is sunset? I actually don't know. It's like 5. What time is sunset? 4:45. Jowing Tower, Cherokee 83364, holding short 20 right at Kilo.
833 Wayne Tower, runway 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff. The wind is calm.
20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff. Cherokee 83364. All right, lights, camera, action. Yeah, it's really early. I freaking hate it. Cleared right, cleared left. What's today? Tuesday? Did I fly yesterday? I flew yesterday. Did I fly yesterday? Yeah, I did fly yesterday. Holy crap. That seems... it seems weird. Yeah, so I flew yesterday. Yeah, this is weird. That seems like so long ago. I did not. That was not our fault. That was the worst thing ever. What the... FM, seriously, what the hell were they doing out there? Don't tell Brad this, but we were gonna like switch off patterns, and I was like, no, you can take it. you could take this one, dude. They were out. We're not gonna no, not following out a Jamboree. Absolutely terrible.
Charlie, clear to the Limburg Airport via the Blythe viewer. Victor 460. Juliet Lima, India.
It was really stupid. I was screaming.
Maintain flight level 200, departure frequency 126.35, squawk 6014. Can you repeat the altitude and the squawk only for 1 Sierra Charlie? 1 Sierra Charlie, yeah, all the way up to flight level 200, squawk 6014. 1 Sierra Charlie is cleared to San Diego via Blythe, Victor 460 to Julian, Victor 514, correction. Stand by. I will stand by. You were reading it correct so far. I see what I did. Okay. Let me start over. Can I start over? I'd like to start over. 1 Sierra Charlie is cleared to San Diego via Blythe. Victor 460 to Julian, Victor 514 to Mission Bay, and then direct. Maintain flight level 200, squawk 126.35, or correction, departure is 126.35, the squawk is 6014. 1 Sierra Charlie, reback is correct, hold for release, advise when you number 1 for departure. Hold for release, 1 Sierra Charlie.
Well done, Sam.
That was painful. 83364, radar contact, stay out.
Climbing through 2,200, Cherokee 83364.
864, thank you, connect SoCal departure.
SoCal departure, is it the same voice?
It is.
Okay, love you, bye. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364, 2,400 restricted.
33364. SoCal approach, John Wayne, altimeter 3003, cancel the altitude restrictions, all navigation.
Cancel altitude and on navigation, Cherokee 83364. 2503 Delta cold.
It is cold.
Double click, thanks.
Like Canada. Hello. Hi.
Like Canada. Pixel Forest, the Pixel Forest. What is up, man? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining today. Happy almost Thanksgiving, everybody. That's the restricted area. The Pendleton restricted area. The Delta. That is a knee-jerk. That is a knee-jerk like reaction to the Newport departure. 2503 Delta cold. Yes, it is. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Did you get flight following? I did get flight following. Flight following is my favorite thing. Double click, thanks. That's a new one. That is a fresh new ad-libbed one right there. That is pretty good. And I actually said double click because I don't know if double clicks go through. I don't know if they actually go through. Goldsy, can you hear a double click if I double click the mic?
No, I can't.
All right, copy. Last time I heard oh. Oh, you're saying like 2503, 2503. Okay, I got you.
LA Center
That's fine.
125.17, Center Romeo Juliet.
12527.
Flight following Villa to Nowhere is A+. It was nice seeing someone doing it locally, even though everyone says, yeah, you can just do that. Yeah, thanks, man. I that is one of the few videos that I've done lately that I really wanted to do that as like a video. Like usually the videos that I make are like, hey, we're going to Montgomery for dinner, and isn't that neat? But I really felt like the flight following to nowhere topic was kind of a cool thing to show in practice, and I'm really glad you liked it. Like I thought it was, I had fun doing that. Like that was a fun one for me to want to go fly and like make a video. But what's up, Jolie Bolo? Buongiorno, buonasera. Immersion rooms. FM, are we waving to FM? Let's get the fuel pump coming off. ForeFlight is not currently working with the sim, so that's not ideal, but that's okay. Pixel Forest, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the follow, I appreciate the comment, and definitely appreciate you watching that video. Feedback on that's super cool. I love doing that. It's really fun. Life gets in the way, and I, have not been able to stream for a while. Discord has been a huge help in just my sanity and mental health, to have such a cool community. But doing this, I love doing this so much, and being able to share the real world flights is really what, I mean, if I was totally honest, I feel like the streaming is more successful than the YouTube stuff, but the sharing the real world experiences is what I enjoy the most. And this is kind of like a version of that. To me, this is sharing my real world flight that I just did, because it looks exactly like the real world. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy how good this looks. Yeah, I know. Yeah, being able to see Mexico was, is crazy. I am hanging on by a thread, man, but I am alive. I am definitely alive, thankfully. Flew to Catalina, first time as PIC, a couple weeks ago with my dad, which was really cool. So that I'm gonna get working on that video pretty soon, which is cool. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get ForeFlight on here. I really would like that to work. Yeah, not pilot in command. Is it working? Is it going to pick it up? Is it going to pick it up? Please jump. Right, I'm looking at for right now, for flight right now, hoping that it grabs the plane. No. Okay. Awesome. So, pilotage it is. The disastrous Catalina flight. Yeah, it didn't go so well. It could have not gone well. It ended up going okay. But for those of you that are just joining, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We are. Here's a little aside. I'm going to be full of little asides because I feel like I haven't had this outlet for a while. I am trying my absolute hardest, not only to verbalize double click as a meme. That's going to be a new thing. Joey Bolo, thank you so much for the raid. But I am also trying my hardest to, when I'm flying solo, refer to me, refer to the plane, refer to the actions that I would like to do or am doing, in singular. I have the weather at Montgomery. I have that traffic insight. I'm looking for that traffic. Why do I instinctively say we every time? I don't get it. I don't know what the rest of you guys say. If I'm by myself, for some reason I say I have the weather, or, like I have the traffic in, or we're looking for the traffic, or we've got the field inside. Why? I don't get it. What's up, High Life?
33364, connect SoCal approach
19.6 Cherokee 83364. Me and the iPad. Yeah. I mean, like, me and the plane, but it's just, like, so dumb. Like, I'm going to start saying hi. You misspelled it. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364 3000. Yeah, but the plane's not looking for the traffic.
33364, SoCal approach to Palomar, altimeter 3003.
3003, Cherokee 83364. This dial's starting to die a little bit. Yeah, it's Delta. Got it. I had Pixel. It's funny because I was going out to French Valley yesterday, and the way that flight goes is you climb over this ridge right here, which you can't see probably that my mouse is. You climb over this ridge from John Wayne, so you climb up, you crest that ridge, and then immediately start descending, so there really is no cruise altitude. And so the controller, the SoCal guy gets, I checked in with SoCal, and he's like, what's your plane cruising altitude? I was like, all I need is 5,000 to get over the top. And I was like, 5,000? He's like, you gotta go 500 plus. I was like, I'm just trying to get over the mountain, dude. Like, I'm not cruising, but he gave me the odds plus, or plus 500. Look, dude, we're not doing that. I go, I'm just trying to clear the terrain. He goes, oh, okay, got it. You always hook in at Palomar when going down the coast. Oh yeah, no, I go right over. Fight me. Yeah, you can. That's the easiest way to go, because as soon as you clear that ridge, you just descend right down into French Valley. It's way quicker than having to go around the restricted area.
For one, here, Charlie, LA Center, right in.
Fair point. Torrance, right? So Torrance to French Valley. Yeah, that you're right. You're right. You're right. Good call. Oh, Nazi. Okay. Still cross country. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, going over the top is way easy. Okay, nice. I really wish I had geo reference on this. How do you do that? I go devices? I feel like it's devices, right? You go to devices. No supported devices connected. That doesn't help. Is it not devices? Is it settings? I don't want to look out the window. That's... I already did that.
7,500.
Track...
For 77 Romeo Juliet, SoCal approach, Camarillo, altimeter 3005.
3005, 77 Romeo Juliet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Figure that out later. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364. I'd like to request a Bravo clearance at this altitude for Montgomery.
83364. Sure, why not? Clear to the San Diego Bravo airspace, maintain for 3000.
Cleared to the San Diego Bravo at 3000, Cherokee 83364. Goldsy. It's the funny part is it's 500 feet. It really doesn't matter. It would not be hard at all to climb up, but they clear you through the Bravo every single time. It's like I know it's not pilot. It's not like the reason for Pilot Edge, like it's not necessarily supposed to replicate.
Traffic, just slightly radio 12 o'clock, half a mile, same direction, south.
It wasn't for us, was it? You said 8,000 was altitude? I mean, I see that guy.
November 3842, Joey Tower, 211 kilo, clear
Yeah,
to take off with the stop.
Pilot Edge right now. Target. Can you get waters? Thanks for the. We are looking for the traffic. Great. Okay, so anyway, I think I started on the. If you're just tuning in, so if you're just tuning in, don't touch that dial. We are. Yeah, right. That's what made me think of it. We are heading down to Montgomery Field. So this is a flight. This is my most frequented airport in real life because it is such a pretty flight. Look, I mean, it's just all the way down the coast. It's gorgeous. It's could not be any easier. You put the beach on your left and you fly until you run into the airport and you land. Montgomery is pretty busy. Like it's been there have been a couple of challenging arrivals there with traffic, all kinds of stuff. It's pretty crazy, but it's so great because again, the flight down is really pretty. It's really easy, and once you're there, the restaurant and the airport could not be any easier. The restaurant, you pull off the runway, it's a short taxi, park right in front of it, and you're done. And the food is really good, and you've got a view of the runway from the restaurant. It's like an elevated restaurant. Really, 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 really good time. We have a great freeware scenery that we're going to check out. That is done by V Basilio. And I don't know if it's Basilio or Bazio or Basilio. It's one of those. And he's got a really great Gillespie and Montgomery field. The Montgomery food is not as good as Waypoint in Camarillo, but the overall experience, I think, is better. 3004 Cherokee 83364. The food at Camarillo is better. The restaurant is better. To me, the overall experience at Montgomery is better because it's easier. The taxi is shorter. The airport is more manageable because there's multiple runways. There's a view of the airport, of the actual runway from Montgomery, where Camarillo does not have a good view of the runway. There's a handful of things that to me make Montgomery the go-to when it's like, hey, let's go fly to dinner. They're roughly the same distance. I think Camarillo takes a little bit longer because you kind of have to go around, like over LAX, versus this, which is pretty much a straight shot right down. I think they're both roughly about 70 miles. It takes me like 40 minutes probably. I mean, it's like a 38-minute, 40-minute flight in the air, and it just depends on how much time you've got on the ground. So it's usually under 2 hours total. Like Hobbs time, 2 hours total Hobbs time. Santa Barbara is really pretty. Yeah, $40 isn't terrible for parking, and it's, you pick up a crew car and go into town. Is not a terrible setup, but this is just this is the easiest. They're so pretty. What's up, Noir?
You are clear to land.
Straight into runway 26, clear to land.
There is Miramar.
3842, stay approach.
We had some fun there. How are they with crew cars if you're Baby GA at Santa Barbara? Atlantic. Whichever one is at the south. I'm pretty sure it's Atlantic. But it could not be any easier. Yeah, so it's $40, I think, if you don't take any fuel. What's up, BC? Hello? All right, and so this can catch people out. That is not Montgomery. Very similar airport layout, where you've got two parallels of differing lengths and then a dissecting runway. Montgomery is right over to our 11 o'clock there. Much smaller version. It has happened where someone has landed at Miramar thinking that it was Montgomery, which, sure, it's not too bad. Nothing like a light felony to wake you up. Tower is 19.2. Yeah. Yeah. They're not really friendly at Montgomery, are they? When we did the Blue Angel flight, we got to go on Montgomery Field, or on Miramar, and man, that place, that is so cool to be there. So much history, and God, it's rad. It's really rad. When I went to Montgomery, we shot the ILS, and they hooked us in on the backside. Yeah. Yeah, they're really close. Yeah, so when you can see we got Miramar out the side window and then Montgomery out the front window. They are very close. And that's why when we did the Blue Angel flight, we actually flew out of Gillespie because the TFR was, or Montgomery was inside the TFR for the air show. And it made it very difficult, would have made it very difficult to launch from Montgomery versus launching from Gillespie, circling, and then flying in. Noir, I think it just depends on the plane and what model they've got input. It's not as good. It's definitely not as good as X-Plane was. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364 as Montgomery inside.
We're 83364, roger, radar service terminated, connect Montgomery Tower 25.7.
25.7, Cherokee 83364, thanks. Wrong frequency.
38842, flatting 020. 020, 953, 842.
Look at Riverside and Flaybob. Montgomery Tower, Cherokee 83364, 1,500 descending, left down.
For 83364, Montgomery Tower, good evening, at our left down, 128 right, you are clear to land, 320 at
28 right, clear to land, Cherokee 83364. Actually, I'd like to request 28 left for landing, Cherokee 83364.
Roger, runway 28 left.
28 left, clear to land, Cherokee 83364. Yeah, it's kind of a pilot edgeism a little bit. You know, it's the same guy, you know, like passing that off. So it's even when a airport is not, you know, a radar facility. I don't know. I mean, it depends even on in real life. When I get that, I don't know. All right, lights are all on. Mixture's full rich. And here is down, 3 green.
Charlie, connect LA Center 128.6. No, it wasn't. Correct.
Yeah, Hayward is pretty close. I think Flaybob and Riverside might be closer though. That's the closest one I can think of.
September Romeo Juliet. Clear runway 26 at taxiway Bravo. Request taxi to transit park.
7 Romeo Juliet, roger, taxi, Bravo, and Foxtrot to the ramp. You can remain this route.
And the John Wayne pilot in his natural habitat on a 10-degree offset final. Heaven forbid you line it up. So this looks good. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell at this point because the airport isn't very scenic in general in real life, but the taxi, let's let this float halfway down the runway. How about that?
Timer 1 Sierra Charlie LA Center, good evening.
Golf 1. Okay, let's get the strobe coming off there. Montgomery ground, or Tower Cherokee 83364, cleared 28 left at Gulf 1, taxi to the restaurant.
33364, roger, taxi to the ramp via hotel. You can
Ramp by hotel, we'll stay with you, Cherokee 83364. Because John Wayne has a mandatory. I'm not going. You can't get rid of me that easy.
No, but I'm done in like 15 minutes.
Oh, dang it. Okay, I love you.
Love you too, buddy.
John Wayne has mandatory offset finals. Finals and upwinds, actually. So everything is like, you take off, you immediately turn. And there's no straight-in final. Especially on the left side. On the little runway. So it's also a very helpful thing in the sim to fly that offset because you don't have the same range of motion, and you can kind of like turn early and fly that offset into final, and it reduces the risk of, or the probability, there's not really much of a risk because this is all fake, reduces the probability of overshooting final in a pattern. So it kind of like works out. So Crown Air looks great. That is a relatively new FBO, beautiful beautiful place. This is where the restaurant is, and that is not what the restaurant looks like at all. It is a Mexican restaurant, but it is not Spanish architecture. I am totally okay with that. It is a building that is there, and that is enough for me. I feel like Crown Air, the realism there is really nice, and we don't need anything other than that. So I'm not gonna really do like the usual tour kind of thing. Well, maybe, I don't know. Let's see.
38842, turn right heading 170, intercept the localizer.
Turn right heading 170.
I don't have the whatchamacallit, controller plugged in, which makes this way easier. Holy crap to do.
38425 miles from
a
Oka,
long
maintain
time.
3000 until established on the localizer, clear ILS from 820 right approach.
3000 until established on the localizer, clear for the ILS from 820 right approach. Number 842.
You go up. Can I go up? Let's pretend like we can not go up. So there's the restaurant, and the parking is that easy where you can just pull up right next to it. All of this whole area is transient. There's some reserve spots along the fence there now, but there's a lot more spaces on this airport than depicted here. These are all spaces all the way over here. So it's all there's like three rows here. This little taxiway line and this taxiway line I don't think are there. So Crown Air looks great. That is awesome. That's exactly what that looks like. Beautiful stuff right there. There's some like this is gonna be the worst scenery review ever. It's not a very pretty airport in general. All right, let me take that back. It's a basic airport. It's got a very small tower. It's very flat. The whole property is very flat and brown, very brown. So there's not much to look at in terms of building architecture, facilities, or anything like that. Like it's pretty straightforward. But the feel of this scenery is exactly like the real airport. That's kind of, to me, the key with these sceneries is you don't have to get every single detail perfect. Airports change, things get moved, things get updated, all kinds of stuff. There's some things around here that are not really super accurate. There's a little bit of terrain differences along here. Kind of like dips down a little bit. The overall feel, though, of the airport is what these sceneries are really trying to do. And what the simulator itself is really trying to do, I feel like, is the absolute one-to-one replication of everything is you're always going to be chasing that. And it's still a video game, at the end of the day. So you're not going to 100% fully replicate that stuff. What you can do, though, is replicate the look and feel of an airport. So when you fly there, whether you've been there or not, whether you've been there or not, it really feels like it's that airport. And from this being my second most frequented airport other than John Wayne, this feels like Montgomery. This is usually filled with planes, but overall, this is Montgomery. That's really cool. I'm gonna blank on the guy's name. So I'm gonna look it up again. V. Basilio. Yes, Scott. I did. I have Gillespie. I don't think I have Oceanside. Nobody ever should go to Brownfield. Ramona. I think I actually do have Ramona. I'm pretty sure I have his Ramona. We could probably stop over there. But it's great to have that GA support. They have to avoid Russian airspace, so it takes eternity. That's crazy. Okay, so I have to go to the bathroom and refill my beverage. So let's see. Is this gonna? It is gonna do that. Okay, we're gonna pause the sound. Still gonna hear Goldsy, and I'm gonna pull up. For those of you that haven't seen it, we're gonna skip ahead to one of the coolest parts of the Blue Angel flight that we did, and should also include potentially going into Gillespie, and then we'll use that as a segue to get to Gillespie from Montgomery. That's going to be our next flight. So okay, so bio break, beverage refill, and then we're going to head to Gillespie.
All right, that's good for me.
You got everything you needed?
Yeah.
All right, we are complete with the photo mission. Photo 1 will climb to 3,000. You can play.
Smoke off.
Smoke off.
Louis are descending down to 50 counter.
Thank you, boss. That was awesome.
Got it, guys.
Thank you.
Got everything you needed?
It's insane.
Mike, I'm crossing you right, Mike.
Where'd they go?
They're probably below us.
They're right in the door. All right, Rob, clear to roll.
Rob, clear to roll.
Smoke on.
Smoke on.
Smoke off.
Smoke off.
Mikey, tighten it up a little.
Mikey, tighten up a little.
Rob, clear to roll again.
Rob, clear to roll.
I'm near the bottom of my header. We'll just keep it upright.
Smoke on.
Smoke on.
Smoke off.
Smoke off.
Mikey, smoke on.
Mikey, smoke on.
Smoke off.
Smoke off.
Actually, guys, let's get you guys clear to your space so that we can get on the ground as soon as they're done, get the solos going.
Roger that. We're going to level it out. You guys are clear to depart.
Mikey, Rob, photo 1, we are visual 3. We'll be up above you guys about 10,000 feet. Okay.
Are they clear?
They're still on you, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to hang out here.
Mike underneath. All right, they're clear to the left.
Photo 1's clearing southeast.
491, you're at Miramar Tower.
Boss, photo 1.
Chewie, Mike and Robert, 2,500 feet over the top of the airport with a diamond.
Boss, photo 1 is clearing to the southeast. Appreciate the help.
Wait till you're on deck, and we'll start our circles.
Thanks for that, guys. That's great.
Thank you. Looks good. Looks good there.
Look great from down here.
Photo 1 is cleared to the southeast. We'll talk to you guys in a bit.
Thanks, man.
That's just so cool.
Yeah.
God damn.
It's just everything awesome about humanity all in one little 30-minute orbit.
It goes by so fast.
Yeah.
I never looked at my camera once. I'm glad it worked.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was about to make a comment about, oh, look, the marine layer's rolling in. No. No, that's smoke.
That is smoke. That is Blue Angel smoke. Yep. Yeah, so a year ago, we were both pinching ourselves, thinking this is the greatest thing ever.
Once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime. I mean, it is almost the definition of a once in a lifetime opportunity.
For Mike.
We did it twice.
Here we are. Here we are after the second time.
And I think what we just did, from everything that we heard from everybody, that's more rare.
Yeah.
Like, to have the whole delta.
Yeah, that's what Mike said too, and I just texted him. I was like, hey, thanks for the opportunity and for trusting us with that. And he tells me, he's like, yeah, that doesn't happen very often.
When Mike Goulian, of all freaking people, say, yeah, that doesn't happen too often, that doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, pretty rare. So just to rehash some of what Glenn said for what it takes to make that happen. It has to be a second-year boss toward the end of the season, and it has to be perfect conditions with the right lead airplane, with the right wingman, because they're so on the fringes of being able to do that.
That is crazy.
So, yeah.
Yeah, when you think of the stakes at play in doing something like that.
That's a 9-ship formation.
Yeah, that's
and about as dissimilar as it gets. Maybe a helicopter and an F-18, but...
Yeah, but the crazy thing about it being a 9-ship formation is that it felt like a Bohr ship.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
It really did. It was very different because, I mean, I never even saw back there. I was looking out this way.
Yeah.
So,
it was just a really big fourth ship.
yes.
Just a really big, loud,
Very loud, big fortune.
yeah. For the Blue Angels to trust Rob to go inverted in between him and another plane,
It's pretty special.
it's freaking crazy. It blew a fuse the first time, and the fuse is still broken from the first time. Like, I don't know.
I got nothing, man. I got nothing.
God, that was wild.
That's something.
That was wild.
Yeah, good timing. We didn't have to spin for that long. We were spinning for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So.
Just everything about that fit together all day today. You know, like, I do not want to jinx anything at any point today, even like in the drive down. You know, like, I'm giving everyone enough room on the freeway, like bumper to bumper traffic. I don't want anything.
We, when we rolled off the runway at El Monte, we kind of made the left turn onto the taxiway. I felt a vibration. I was like,
yeah, nope.
I'm like, please, no blown tires.
Yep. All right. I am like, I cannot wait for this beer and this pizza.
Yes.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing that in whatever form you're seeing that in. So, yeah. Until next year. Until next year.
Muted. Yep. Thank you very much. Thank you. What's up, PW? It is. We're doing this again. We're back. We are absolutely back. Thank God. Honestly. Thank God. All right, so now we're going to go to check out Sky's other airport, which is Gillespie. So we're going to fly to Gillespie, and we're going to land on the right side and exit off. I don't even remember the name of that FBO now. Hello? You're gonna give me any... Oh, that didn't... That's not good. FBOs. Taxi routes. Circle Air. Yeah, we're gonna go to Circle Air. Okay, got it. Got it. This is one of those busy, really busy things, because it is extremely short. All right, Dilly, thanks so much, man. Yeah, definitely let's stay in touch with that for sure. Ground is 1825. 1822, I'm sorry.
November 1 Sierra Charlie, contact Lindbergh Tower 118.3.
823 1 Sierra Charlie.
There we go. Let's see.
Clear. Temperature 1.
Lindbergh Tower, Pilates 1 Sierra Charlie is RNAV runway 27.
Arriving and departing runways 28
November 1
right.
Sierra Charlie, Lindbergh Tower, runway 27
Visual
for the land.
approach is in use. Read back
27
all
cleared land,
runway
1 Sierra
assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Delta.
Delta, nothing's changed. All right, now let's plan ahead here. So we have Delta, and we're gonna go to 25. What are we doing? Who's your name? 2545. I do wish this would go by 10s. Okay, 25, 35. Is that going to get picked up?
You have information. Quebec.
Quebec. Delta in Quebec. DQ. I can remember that. DQ. Montgomery Ground, Cherokee 83364. Information Delta. Taxi.
Number 83364 Montgomery Ground, say parking.
Sorry, we're leaving the restaurant, Cherokee 83364.
Number 364 and rate 28 right, taxi Hotel Alpha.
28 right, Hotel Alpha, Cherokee 83364. Right. Where are we? Good question. Who are we? Answered that. Where are we going? Your guess is as good as mine. Flight or no flight? I'm thinking no flight. We don't have GRF, so it doesn't really matter. But happy to take arguments for the other side on that one. S 28 right, help or hurt us? Guess we could go. Montgomery Ground, Cherokee 83364. Request departure from 28 left.
Number 364 and rate 28 left, taxi via Hotel Bravo.
Hotel Bravo 28 left, Cherokee 83364. Okay, so now we could probably go to 19.2. And it's so hard to change frequencies while you're doing something in the sim. So I try to like get the next get the next frequency ready to go before I have to actually do anything. And definitely need to turn off Slack. Montgomery Tower, Cherokee 83364, holding short 28 left, departing to the east, left downwind departure.
Number 83364 Montgomery Tower, left downwind departure, and wait 28 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 28 left downwind departure, Cherokee 83364. Lights, camera, action. The realism on that panel, nice GPS with the old as hell clicky transponder knobs. I love it, man. Just Flight, it's worth every dollar for this plane. It's so great. Even if you don't fly a Cherokee or Archer, Arrow, whatever the hell, their stuff is, the texture quality is so good. Like the worn out stuff, I freaking love it.
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
I don't. Thank you so much, man. 40 freaking months, dude. That's crazy. That's a lot of R's. That is a lot of R's. What's up, Adone? Yeah. Yeah, we got, what's the tail, the tail beacon one? I can't remember what they call that one. Something stream or whatever. Is it just tail beacon? Yeah. Yeah. That's the plane that I fly has that. Yeah, position lights must be turned on for ESB. Yeah. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Number 1 Sierra Charlie departing, and ignoring this frequency. Have a great night.
Parking this frequency, and you have a good night as well. What's your trip?
Alright, so we're probably going up to 2,000. And how far out is that? 6 miles, I guess. Oh, that's a little too much turn. Trim. Is chatbot working right now? Are we how confident are we?
Trim.
Music to my ears.
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
Hey, bird.
Hey, birds. 27 months. That is so awesome. We're going on 4 years. That, I know, man. That's crazy. So, okay. Bullywhiff the Great, you had to have changed. You had to have changed your name. Right. Let's see here. I don't have... This is where GeoRef would be really nice. Montgomery Tower, Cherokee 83364, request frequency change. Frequency change approved, Cherokee 364, thanks. Just quiet. Fair enough, dude, I love it. ATP flared in about 6 months. I freaking love it. That's freaking crazy. Okay, Gillespie is 20. Gillespie Tower, Cherokee 83364, 7 miles to the southwest, full stop, information, Quebec.
February 3364, Gillespie Tower, enter left downwind, runway 27 right.
Left downwind 27 right, Cherokee 83364. All right, man, there's a lot of stuff that's been updated just with the stream. Like Streamlabs looks beautiful. I have highlights for subscribers. Scott, let me hook you up with some F-bomb here.
Cessna Skyhawk 204. Fuck.
Watch it, Julia. I've got Elgato lights, which look beautiful, right? I've got DSLR camera as a webcam. I've got the same fished out of the garbage Cytec yoke and rudders. Some quality of life improvements that could be made there, potentially. Quebec. Yeah, it's a little goofy there. Yeah, CH1s are supposed to be pretty good, right? All right, this is a real quickie right here. Alright, so this is the new Gillespie scenery, and that looks nice. Yeah, it's really pretty. It really is an unbelievable... Clear to land 27 right, Cherokee 83364. It's an amazing computer program, honestly. Like, it's astounding. As, like, not as a game, not as a flight simulator, not as anything other than a computer program. Like, it is is that good where it's beyond what it's even supposed to be in my mind. Like looking down that wing gives me chills. It looks so freaking good. The scenery, the Catalina scenery, I have a scenery for it, and it's freaking insane. That might have to be the next stream because we gotta debrief my first non-Brad as PIC flight into Catalina, and it was with my dad. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And this looks amazing too. This looks really good. This looks really, really good. Let's see if I can not float it this time. Yeah, even like it's got the graveyard on our right there. You can see all those military planes there. That's, whoa! That's really cool. Whoop. We'll get one of these. Yay. It does look like an airport. It's very, very airporty. It's definitely very airporty. Charlie 2, there we go. All right, let's go check out crap, I forgot the name of it. Circle Air. Gillespie Tower, Cherokee 83364, clear 27 right at Charlie 2, taxi to Circle Air.
November 83364, taxi to parking via Charlie, cross runway 17, remain this frequency.
Taxi via Charlie, cross 17, stay with you, Cherokee 83364. My dad flew my boys out to Catalina from 29 Palms in his 66 Cherokee 140. Yikes. Scott. It is because you are not subscribed. Is why. I believe.
Whoa! Found it.
Hello. Found the ground. I don't. Give chatbot a whirl. Cleared left, cleared right, strobes on. Alright, so it's definitely better.
Whoa! Found it.
Hello.
Okay, yeah.
Found the ground.
Strobes on. So this. Oh, you know what? This isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. It looks a little. This looks a little bit different. That I think has a glass facade. Let's flip this guy around here.
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
Oh, Noir. Thank you so much, man. 5 gifted subs. Tremaine 111. Chavelin.
Hey, bird.
Jay Harnach. Jay Harnash. Okay. I said that right the first time, I think. Big Nesticle. Humble Oxitol.
Hey, bird.
What am I do on that? I am so bad at names in general, but Noir, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. That's awesome. Welcome everybody to the show, to the program, to the whatever the heck. If you are new here, even more than the stream, I feel like. Even more than the stream. You'll get a little bit of everything with the stream, obviously. But that's not how you spell Discord. So that's not going to help anybody. But if you're new here, even if you're just lurking and you're interested in aviation, I hope you're... That's also... Adon, see you, man. It's not how you spell Discord. Again, Discord. Copy edit. Good. 13 days of not getting called. Well, get ready to rock, man. Knock that rust off. There's the link. Discord is amazing. We have a 1,700 person Discord server. CFIs of all levels, airline pilots, private pilots, IFR, commercial, anything you can think of, air traffic controllers. It is one of the greatest things that I've been a part of. So if you have Discord and you're watching this and you're lurking, or you followed and you haven't joined the Discord yet, give it a shot. Even give it like just a couple of days to see what you think, and you can very, very easily leave without any any attention paid to it. It's very easy to leave, but it's grown to the size that it has because of the quality of the people there. So it would mean a lot if you are here for the first time to give the Discord a shot. I want to just continue to keep that community growing because it's been really cool. Planning, sharing pictures and videos, and we got a classroom section.
You just sound like an asshole.
It's Scott.
Hey, bird.
Thank you,
Whoa, buddy.
Scott. Thank you so much, man, for the subscription. You just that's when I tried a different version of Sia, and it didn't work. Bullywhip the Great, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs as well. Shaq, Nary P, Homie, High Life, and DJ Postdoc. Thank you guys, everyone. Scott, Side Stick Scott, thank you as well, man. Scott is one of the major resources that we have in the Discord. He's a airline pilot, pilot edge controller, CFI sim instructor, like wealth of knowledge, and obviously a great member of the community. I'm a major inspiration to aspiring pilots. Hurricane Alpha, that is.
You just sound like an asshole.
Hurricane Alpha, that's really the coolest thing anyone could ever say to me. It's so much freaking fun to do this stuff, and the fact that anybody watches and gets anything out of this at all. I got a comment on a YouTube video a day ago that somebody said, like, I watched your videos. It was like he built a motion sim. Let me find the comment if I can find it, because it was like so crazy and really, really cool. Here. This is really cool. Scott, you might enjoy this because it was based off of the 5 things not to do in Pilot Edge. A couple years ago, you motivated me to start the CAT ratings, build a full motion VR high-end sim. Passed my CAT 4 yesterday, and I'm still learning. I remember one of your videos where some guy on the radio said, I'm pilot from Independence Day. Like, how freaking cool is that? It's insane. And that's really, I can't remember who it was that mentioned you just got your private PPL, and it's hard to go back into the sim. What makes the sim so fun for me, and so what draws me back to it every time, is the fact that it's accessible to everybody, everywhere, at any time, for any reason. And it's up to you how you treat it, and you can get out of it whatever you can get out of it. I treated it in a certain way, I feel like, that made it an integral part of my learning process in getting my private. And being able to record it and share it and talk about it and have that flexibility to break down concepts and things, and like it's somewhat indescribable how great of a tool it can be, yet still be a game where I can load up in the Spruce Goose and do a barrel roll underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, so we just saw the approach into here, and you also can't go Buzz Magoo inverted I route. Unfortunately, many have tried, few have succeeded. Let's see. I feel like the beginning of this is where this airport. So okay, so here is the real world approach into Gillespie for a Blue Angel flight. I think Bill was the first person to ever explain slipping to me in a way that it made it make sense. No way. I am not a CFI. I am very far from a CFI. I got a taste of being a CFI recently, and I didn't like it. All right, so here's coming into Gillespie. Kind of want to see what the FPL looks like. Okay, there it is.
You ready to do this? I'm ready.
God damn, I'm dumb. I'm like, I'm looking at Streamlabs going like really quickly. I'm like, hey, those look really close. Jesus. That's when you know that you've been emotionally beat down to a pulp. Now, again, back to the Montgomery thing. Some may say it's not even close. I might even be one of those some. Others would say, this is free, and what was there was a flat nothing. Somebody took the time to take already created assets and place them where they should be on the field. And now, if this was your home airport and you had your plane kept at Circle Air, yeah, this is probably going to look a little bit disappointing. Everybody else, it's an FBO. It's a big hangar with a lobby. Like that's great. That's great.
You ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Again. Doing this again. All right, we just landed at Gillespie. We got the doors removed from the Bonanza.
I can't believe that we're doing this again.
Yeah.
Like the one time, it's like when you're in the middle of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Twice.
And then you get it again.
Yeah.
Like, so crazy.
Get it again and add 4 more jets.
And it's different, yeah. That's the same. That's slow.
Yeah.
He's not in CFR yet.
Copy that. Well, looks like Bonanza.
More orbit.
I think it's gonna be 2 more.
I thought that was going to be more possible. It's a lot of orbits over Montgomery.
Yeah, looks like man's off your nose, is that correct?
We've got the Diamond, I don't have the Bonanza. I think he's not in the CFR yet.
Copy that. We'll hang out on deck until we get to the Bonanza site to not complicate the problem.
Okay. So yeah, I thought there was going to be
Bernardino ground, Archer 424
I thought there was going to be more Gillespie stuff. But there's not.
Charlie, I was disconnected earlier for Cat 7. Do I need to file a new flight plan?
Number 424 Tango Foxtrot, San Bernardino ground. You're fine. Runway 6, taxi via Delta Bravo Alpha.
Taxi via Delta Bravo Alpha, runway 6, 424 Tango Foxtrot.
You know, there are things about flying for real. Like, for the first time in my flying career.
Santa Barbara clearance, hello. PSA 1980, like to get our IFR clearance to Monterey.
For the first time in my flying career. I have flown more in real life than I've streamed. By a long way. Or at least, or even like, not only like streamed, but played the simulator. It's way easier. It's way easier. It's crazy how much easier the real world flying can really feel. It's hard to explain, but the planning and stuff, like if I was leaving Gillespie, I would just freaking let her rip. Like, I feel like I have to actually plan this a little bit more. Like it's weird.
PSA 1980 is cleared to Monterey via fly runway heading, radar vectors to San Marcos, direct Morro Bay, direct Paso Robles, Victor 25 to Big Sur, direct, maintain 3000, expect 240 in 10 minutes, departure 12455, squawk 5456.
PSA 1980, read back correct.
Okay, cool. So, let's go to go to ground here. Ground 21. Ground point 7. Ground point 7. Gillespie ground, Cherokee 83364. Flight following to John Wayne at 3000.
November 83364, Gillespie ground, departure frequency 119.6. Squawk 4441.
4441. Departure frequency is 19.6. Squawk is 4441. Cherokee 83364.
Cherokee 364, back correct.
Ready to taxi with Quebec as well.
Bernardino Tower, Archer 424 Tango Foxtrot, holding short of runway 6, requesting departure VFR to the west.
November 424 Tango Foxtrot, San Bernardino Tower, westbound departure approved, runway 6, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 6, 424 Tango Foxtrot.
November 83364, runway 27 right, taxi via Charlie.
27 right via Charlie, Cherokee 83364. Nice, Scott. Nice. That's really funny. All right,
Santa
so
Barbara clearance, PSA 1980. I have a question. So I wrote down Paso Robles, Victor 25 to Big Sur, but that can't be correct because Big Sur's not on Victor 25. Did you mean Salinas and not Big Sur?
what do we got here?
PSA 1980, that would be correct. You can change that to be Victor 25 and Salinas direct.
Victor 25, Salinas direct.
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
48 months. WTF.
I don't know, man.
Trip, 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 trip.
No idea. No idea. No freaking idea. What is up, Brad? How was 501ing?
What the f***, Brad?
How was being back in a 500 series citation? Do you miss it? No? Don't miss it? Okay. Fair enough. Oh, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Just trying to look at the graveyard over there. Wow. Yeah, what is that cabin compared to the other 500s? Like, is it any smaller than like a Bravo or Ultra, or is it actually smaller? Way smaller, yeah. It depends on the GA plane. From the, like, I've sat in that 501 and a Bravo and a Ultra XL, kind of all of them. Kind of sat in all of them. If it's a center stick or side stick GA plane, there's no question for me, and I'm 6'5", infinitely more room in a GA plane than you'd have with a yoke between your legs in a light jet. The Embraer, the Phenom 100 that I flew, that felt a little bit upright, but plenty of leg room. The 500 stuff, you are absolutely cramped in there. Like, Brad has to, like, it is flight bag. Brad has this, like, fold outable, like, this extendable shoehorn. It's like 4 feet. So he has to have his FO jam him into this, like, jam his, like, legs and knees into the cockpit in the 500 planes. And, like, it's really tight. It's really tight. Hopefully, I never even thought about that, Brad. How much bigger is the G4 than even, like, the Latitude and stuff? Yeah, and it's like, I think the shape, that weird shape of the Phenoms too, maybe helped. It was like, you know, it comes down rather than coming, like, up. XL sized. All right. Gillespie Tower, Cherokee 83364, holding short 27 right.
Remember 83364, Gillespie Tower, and right 27 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 27 right, Cherokee 83364. Lights, camera, action. Cleared left. I did that backwards. Cleared left. Cleared right. The DA40 has the canopy issue, so it's like super hot. Like for overall comfort.
Approach Archer 424 Tango Foxtrot. 2,400.
I know Brad has way more
miles east.
The shin room in the DA is not
transition through the Charlie to El Monte.
November 424 Tango Foxtrot, SoCal approach, squawk 2401.
2401.
Oh, Hurricane Alpha, that's awesome, man.
November 8334, contact departure.
It feels cool, doesn't it?
November 83364, contact departure.
Departure Cherokee 83364.
November 424 Tango Foxtrot, radar contact 10 miles east of Ontario Airport. Westbound transition approved, remain VFR at 4,500, remain north of Ontario Airport at all times. Ontario altimeter 3004.
Remain north of Ontario, 4,500, 3004, 424 Tango Foxtrot.
Well said. SoCal Departure Cherokee 83364, 1,500 climbing, 3,500.
Number 83364, SoCal Departure, radar contact.
I kind of feel like something different. How about that? How do we feel about that? I feel like that's less out of the way of a lot of the stuff that's going on the screen. We're gonna try that. We'll see how that feels. Have I sat in RVs? I don't think I've actually. I feel like there was one. I think like an RV6 that I sat in at one point, but I honestly don't remember. I think 14s are pretty roomy.
Delivery to 173 Charlie and November Oscar Sierra 32. That request.
November 17.
Yeah, it's got the
November 173 Charlie.
Slight issue of
November Oscar Sierra 32.
Rotex.
Pick up flight line if possible for flight of 2 northbound and landed at John Wayne.
November 173 Charlie, flight departure frequency 119.6.
What do we have here, Brad? A flight of 2 going to John Wayne? How dare you?
173 Charlie, flight is that correct? And Oscar, is this correct in a call sign? Just so you're right.
How absolutely dare you? What's a PTS-2? Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's, okay. Hence the flight of 2. There was a 172 on top of that. I was like, where? I don't see this guy at all. Got it. Okay. Brad, so what I want to do is land at John Wayne, shut it down. Thanks very much for watching, blah, blah, blah. And then jump in something ridiculous and try to find that house with the racetrack. With the racetrack in it. Mainly as an excuse to fly something weird in the sim. I made sure everything worked last night and loaded up it's in the usual spot. It's really, really similar to 364. Yeah. So I loaded up the sim and updated everything and got everything, like I checked everything last night, and I was like, oh cool, the Spruce Goose. I think that plane is so cool. So I loaded up in the Spruce Goose and I didn't have anything connected, and there's nothing, like on some of these planes you can grab the yoke with your mouse and like move the yoke around with your mouse. You can't do that, at least in that plane. I don't know if you can in other planes, but so I like loaded up in the Bay Area around Strawberry. I don't like not Alameda. I'm blanking on the name, but like in that Strawberry little inlet north of or northeast of the Golden Gate Bridge. And so like I go full power and I just use the trim wheel to take off and anything that's clickable. And then so I flew it around using just thrust differential with the 8 friggin' engines. I think they have it broken up into two and two on the throttles. So I was like turning with thrust differential and like descending with thrust. So I would pull the power back and like use trim and whatever, and took off, flew around, landed with nothing except for flaps, elevator trim, and throttle. It was pretty awesome. And I remember that when Brad, we were training, and it was something like I can't remember like the context that we were discussing, but it was failures. Like, hey, what would you do if you had a full control failure? And it was, like you can use trim, you can use the door. 172, you can open up doors, and it can affect the direction that you're flying. And throttle, like there are things that you can do without all of the control, the primary control services that you're used to. And it's terrifying, like you say, Brett. It's terrifying to imagine that being possible or having to do that or whatever. But that's a perfect example of something you can do in the sim that you would never do in real life. But it's a concept and something that you can test out. It's kind of cool to think, hey, what would you do if you had aileron, if your aileron jammed? You have no movement in the ailerons, or just like if you had just complete lock, elevator, ailerons. What do? You've got trim, you've got power, you've got the doors, you've got, maybe you got rudder. There's some stuff that you can do control the plane, which is really pretty cool. But long way of saying there's some really cool new planes in this simulator. Spruce Goose being, I think, my favorite of them all. But like the Wright Flyer, Spirit of St. Louis is really cool. Like I love that. That's what really does it for me, is those historic things. The Wright Flyer, Spruce Goose, Spirit of St. Louis. What planes, what individual airframes are more impactful to aviation than those? Oh, yeah, the Beaver too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Beaver. The 407 is in there. Super cool. But in terms of individual airframes, Bell X1 is probably one that's missing. Bell X1 is up there. I was going to say X15. That was an X-Plane 11. I feel like that's probably not even in that same realm. And I think they made more than one of those. But individual airframe, I don't think you can beat I don't think you can beat the Wright Flyer and the Spirit of St. Louis, and those ones in particular. Spruce Goose is kind of, you know, like I still romanticize that whole thing, like Howard Hughes and all that stuff is pretty wild. But Spirit of St. Louis, you know what, I'm gonna say that in terms of history of aviation, which plane, and this is like, what is the best album of all time? Which plane is more historically significant? Bell X1 or Spirit of St. Louis? Kind of like that question. That'd be a fun, like, little Instagram poll or something to actually see what people had to say. Spirit of St. Louis or Bell X1? I know my answer. I have my answer.
November 173 Charlie, your partner that needs to clock VFR on standby, please. Not the same code and have the transponder on. Alright, November 173 Charlie, Captain.
You like it or don't? Wait, is it an Archer? Is it an A or like a 140 or 160 or whatever? Warrior, okay. And did you display what you've seen happen? 140 knots over the numbers. Squeak it in. Brad, I agree with you. Spirit of St. Louis is, I think, more historically important than the Bell X1. I think we were always going to get to supersonic flight, whether it was just a matter of what plane did it. But the idea at the time of an airplane flying over the Atlantic Ocean fundamentally changed the way that people looked at that different type of transportation. Bell X1, where commercial aviation is solidified, and supersonic flight is not a daily part of aviation. Grass strip, that's cool. Nice. It's too soggy now, I bet, right? LK2 program. Like to program. I told you I'm really bad at names. Have you read Chasing the Demon? I have not, no. Yeah, so I feel like I want to load that thing up. I want to load that thing up. Trucking through mud to fly LSU. Proper airport. I have not broken my soft field cherry. That's pretty. There aren't very many options. Short and very interesting. Basically says that Chuck Yeager was at best the third person to break the cylinder. Yeah, I love that. That's really funny. Where do you where would you go, Pixel? Yeah, Brad. What were the It wasn't like F-86 or one of those things, was it?
Charlie to be squawking altitude at 4316. November 132 Charlie needs to be squawking standby. Copy one.
Yeah, grass is Flaybob, and Flaybob looks great too. Last time I was there, I checked out the grass field, and there was a steerman doing touch and goes on there, and it looks really good. Don't know if Santa Paula is a great option for a first soft field. Beetlejuice, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everybody from Beetlejuice's stream. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
BC, 32 months, man. Cheers to that. Salute. That is awesome. I love Flaybob. Flaybob is one of my favorite places. It's really tricky, and that restaurant is really nice. Yeah, we're up on Pilot Edge right now. I love Pilot Edge. I am such a simple beast. I enjoy the simple pleasures in life. I am not a complicated man. Like this is I fly a fixed gear version of this plane, and the panel looks exactly the same, minus the fancy GPS. And these are the flights that I do. I mean, all of it's memorized. They're, with the airliners and the jets and the foreign stuff and all of the scenery, everything. Despite all of that, I still find myself doing the same flights I do in real life over and over again, and I cannot get enough of it. The booze news. I love it. I love it so much that I can recreate the stuff so precisely. And I don't know why. It's very weird. Like, it looks freaking gorgeous. You guys ever think about going to do fighter jets at Chino? Yeah. Yeah, sure. I dream about it every night. I kind of in the same vein as what we're doing here. I would love to do stuff like that. 28.1 Cherokee 83364. I get so much satisfaction and fun out of flying this stuff. Right, like Brad says, I mean, it's a lot of money for an hour in a plane. I have so much fun in this clapped out, paint chipped, beat to crap Cherokee, flying in formation with Brad. Like I would do that just forever. I would just do it over and over and over again. IRL, in real life, I have been flying since 4 years? 4 years. Private pilot for 2.5, almost 3 years. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364, 3000 information whiskey at John Wayne.
Number 83364, SoCal approach, runway altimeter 3004, proceed to signal peak.
Signal peak, Cherokee 83364. I want to fly. Oh, dude, I want to fly a jet. Oh, I have flown a jet. I have flown a jet one time. It was one of the coolest goddamn things ever. Fighter jet, canopy, 100%. You know, my dad visited here a couple weeks ago. It was a whole thing. Story for another time. Story for another time. But he was a Navy pilot, Navy jet pilot, and carrier qualified and stuff. And you know, it was one of the most thorough, talk about story times that I've had with him from aviation, and talking about formation flying. And you know, he's getting older, so he doesn't remember everything, and you know, but like all that stuff, he's retelling it like it was yesterday, and it's pretty cool. It's weird to, you know, picture him as a jet pilot, you know, but it's still there, you know, like it's still there in my blood. Yeah, like the program, it's the worst. Reverse ops is the worst. Yeah, they hate, like, we're very close with the many of the tower controllers there, and I've asked them, you know, what's the trickiest thing, what's the most dangerous, what's the most, you know, whatever, and all of them say, like, the worst thing is reverse ops. When it goes reverse ops, everybody hates their life. It sucks. It's dumb. It's just not good. And I've done it a couple times, and it's not great. It is cool, like, when it's not super bumpy to fly backwards into there. It does feel like a different airport for sure. Pointy nose jet flying may not be as distant in your future as you think. Don't fuck with me, Bradley. Fuck with me, sir. Watch your mouth. It's like on Mario Kart 64 when you run the tracks in reverse. It really is. Yeah, it's so weird. No, you have not. You have not fucked with me. Yeah, the Brad and I can't believe, like, it feels, I didn't really do much today either, but it feels so weird that we flew yesterday, Brad. Like, that flight was yesterday. But Brad and I were flying back, and, you know, I was talking about some lessons that he had taught me flying, about emergency landings and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, how many hours do you have? I was like, you know, like 170. He's like, okay. I go, it feels like more to me. And he's like, yeah, you've had some had a lot of different experiences in that 170. I mean, formation flying, flying with military jets, the Yak, you know, radial engine quasi warbird. Yeah, it's true. It is not the number. And like I've said when we left Gillespie virtually, the way that I treat the simulator, it's not for nothing. Obviously, it's not going to go in the logbook, but you know, I've done things that you normally wouldn't do. But yeah, it's amazing to think, you know, when you compare it to people that have got thousands of hours, you know, like what I've done in the time that I've flown. It's pretty wild. You know, I've been, God, so lucky to have, you know, such a great group of people. All of you. I mean, everybody watching. All, you know, however many of you there are, 36 of you, and 1,700 people on the Discord. To me, that's all part of the experience. Is not just the Hobbs time where I'm in the left seat, but, you know, Adoned and Brad and Pixel and, you know, Noir and all of you, Scott. I mean, everybody's experiences that they've shared through the Discord and through chat and all that kind of stuff. It's really, it adds to the experience. You know, like I feel like I have extra knowledge that you never ever would have gotten 10 years ago, let alone 20, 30 years ago. If you wanted to go to an airport that you'd never been to 30 years ago, you look at the chart and you go. And how much context is missed that is potentially hazardous if you're not prepared for it. And that's like a really basic example, let alone different types of planes and different experiences and being on jets and being in the IFR, flying IMC, crazy airports. I mean, there's some stuff that I have no right to do in terms of my experience level or total time, but have done because of the community that is built from these online sources. Streaming, you know, I love doing this. I clearly love the sound of my own voice. But the result of that has been meeting a bunch of people with a bunch of different experiences that I can, like, take in and repackage and share in some cases and continue to grow it. And it's like you would never have that even 10 years ago. And it makes aviation, makes anything, aviation, cars, painting, music, whatever it is, whatever your hobby is, you know, fashion, movies, podcasts, philosophy, anything is so accessible. You can have this like amazing connection to other people and have experiences that were not possible. 19.9 Cherokee 83364. So it's crazy, and that's why I think I feel like when I look at my logbook and go, that's it. It feels like that's it because I've crammed in so much more than you'd ever traditionally been able to do. This is a rock solid group. Thanks,
buddy.
And speaking of Iowa, what is up, man? 53 freaking months. I love it. The majority of the pilots I know IRL are Discord originally. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. John Wayne Tower, good evening. Cherokee 83364, information whiskey, just over Signal Peak, full stop.
Number 83364, John Wayne Tower, enter left down 1, runway 20 left.
Left down 120 left, Cherokee 83364.
Coming ground southwest, 938, taxi 20 left.
Hang out with the pilot group and we fly somewhere every weekend just for lunch as a low pilot. That's awesome, man. That's super cool. And like to program, are you based in John Wayne? No, I know. I've been missing it too, Iowa. I've really been missing it. We're going to be hearing it more consistently now, though, which is good. Lights, great. La, da, da.
Stand by for Southwest 938, sorry. Right, no problem.
That's shutting off the fuel valve. Where are you parked at? Is it do you own the plane or are you renting? So I think it's pretty impossible for us to not have run into each other at some point. Okay, so like the program.
1980 information hotel taxi.
This is the proper pattern for 20 left.
25 Bravo Alpha.
Brad and I last night, had some issues, and with other pilots in the pattern. So please tell all of your friends. This is how we should do it. Von Carmen, 405. Oh, Mr. Foxdie 262. Hello. Good evening to you, sir. I am really high right now. And my altitude is elevated.
Just a little high.
But I actually am very high right now.
I was bringing a towel.
I am really high. I know that is. I am really high right now. 8 Mile final straight in. Yes. 8. Thank you, PW. That is correct. 8 Mile final. Von Carmen, 405.
Number 2 and 2 Victor Charlie, Camarillo.
That is it.
Departure frequency 124.7, squawk 6612.
So,
4.7, squawk 6612, Skyhawk 2 Victor Charlie.
Here is
Number 2 Victor Charlie, read that correct.
Jamboree. You do not want to be over Jamboree. You want to be over Von Carmen. So inside of Jamboree, here's Von Carmen. Clear to land 20 left, Cherokee 83364. Oh, I'm a little.
Barber Tower, PSA 1980, runway 25, ready for departure.
Okay. There's pattern altitude. Pattern altitude, Von Carmen, right there.
PSA 1980.
And you just turn right over the freeway. Go right over these buildings right here. Overhead brake. No, this is going to be a nice normal one. This is comfortable, and then you just keep the turn coming. That's the comfortable one. It's a little bit more offsetty, but I also wasn't looking through the turn. But that's all you need right there.
Howdy.
That's all you need. I let that one float. Usually I always make Juliet, but yeah. Yeah, if you dissect the MacArthur curve, that's like comfortable, not tight at all. That should be the training pattern.
Victor Charlie West hangars ready to taxi with Bravo.
Number 2 and 2 Victor Charlie, runway 26, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha.
Runway 26 via Foxtrot and
There we
Alpha.
go. Gotta do this.
November 83364, cross runway 20 left at hotel, join Alpha to parking, monitor ground.
Crossing 20 right at hotel, Alpha to, or it's Bravo to parking, monitor ground, Cherokee 83364.
1980, contact departure.
Right. Departure PSA 1980.
November 173 Charlie flight, contact John Wayne Tower, 119 flight 9er.
119 49er, switch number 173 Charlie flight.
Santa Barbara departure PSA 1980, 1,700, climbing 3,000.
Yeah, that curve at MacArthur should be like the training, you know, the Pacific OCFC sunrise, like that should be the stretch pattern, not the mother flipping hangars in Tustin. Good lord.
Charlie flight at 2 downwind tower, runway left downwind, runway 20 left, report midfield.
Left downwind, runway 20 left, Wilco number 173 Charlie flight 2.
PSA 1980, turn right heading 290.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's like the normal, comfortable,
frequency got reset.
everything, like that should be the standard pattern, is that curve.
Ground, southwest
Even before I knew the preferred pattern at John Wayne, the hangar seemed far away. It's mind-boggling that people go out there. We were behind last night. Oh. Brad's, I think, a little bit more used to having dumb people. So, like, I feel like I get more frustrated at it than Brad
PSA
does.
1980, not picking up more obey.
You said not, or you are?
I'm sorry, we are not picking up more obey PSA 1980.
Yeah, I will ask, and you don't want to, like the program, you don't want to climb without the tower's approval because they have crossing traffic all over the place. I will ask for 1,000 feet if I get extended out that far usually. Dude, it's so stupid.
Track Paradise Radial 27013 DME to intercept Victor 363,
Okay.
then as filed.
I want
Expect 10,000,
to
0 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.7.
find this house.
44